What are we working on today?
Rhetorical pieces about Stella Quinn who wrote the poetry of the Hobbit.
So a rhetorical what?
Precept.
So what is a rhetorical precis?
A four-sentence summary of like a story or a book you read.
Okay, so can you tell me why we're writing rhetorical precis? What does that help us do as readers or writers even?
It helps us learn more of what the book is about and how to understand it.
Okay, so I see here you've titled this a rhetorical precis, poetry in the Hobbit. I'm looking at your format. Is there something different that you need to do in terms of formatting the title of the novel?
I could underline it.
Or, since we're typing this, you could do what instead of underlining?
Use quotation.
Well, we've got the quotation marks here, where they're supposed to be. But what about on the board? What does it say we should do when we're typing the title of a novel? It's not in quotation marks, but it's instead what?
You underline the title.
No, we're going to put it in italics, right? So when you change this, you want to format this and put it in italics. So I'm just looking at this first sentence. Can you read the first sentence for me?
Stella Quinn, in her article Poetry in the Hobbit 2009, suggests that the poetry in the Hobbit is used to catch the reader's attention.
Okay, so let's just focus just on the first sentence today, just on the first sentence, and see if you've done exactly what's supposed to happen. So we have the author's name, okay, and what else is supposed to go in the first sentence?
The date when she wrote it and the title.
The year and the title. Now I'm looking at how you have this formatted here, Poetry in the Hobbit. What should be done differently here?
This needs to be a capital letter.
Okay, it needs to be a capital letter. Why?
Because since it's the title of it, you have to capitalize.
Okay, so what's the editing notation to show that should be capitalized?
Editing notation.
How can we change that so you'll know? What would Ms. Hayes write if I were correcting your paper to show you need to capitalize that letter?
Cross it out and put a P over it.
Oh, what else could I do?
Underline.
How many times?
Once.
1, 2, 3. So now we have Stella Quinn in her article Poetry in the Hobbit with a capital P suggests that the poetry in the Hobbit is used to catch the reader's attention. Okay? Okay, so to catch the reader's attention, could you be just a little bit more specific about what she's doing, how she's catching the reader's attention? Because I'm not quite sure that that's why she's writing this. What is she really suggesting?
Trying to tell you like why did they use poetry in the Hobbit?
Well, who's they?
Like J.R.R. Tolkien.
J.R.R. Tolkien. So perhaps in this first sentence we need to say Stella Quinn in her article Poetry in the Hobbit suggests that J.R.R. Tolkien in his novel The Hobbit does what?
Tries to tell why there's poetry in the Hobbit.
That he uses poetry. And I think you sort of say that in your next sentence. Let's see. Quinn develops his suggestion by writing in the article that The Hobbit is a novel and not an anthology of poetry, yet it contains dozens of poems within the text. Now, I see opening quotation marks here. Is that a quote from the book or not?
That's a quote.
So where does the quote stop? How would I know it's a real
It
read?
stops here, but it's missing in quotation.
Okay, so can you add that for me? Okay. So that's sentence number 2. Quinn develops, this is essential, and I see you taking your verb and turning it into a noun. All right, so sentence number 2. Where's sentence number 2? Can you read that for me?
Sentence number 2, Quinn developed this suggestion by writing in the article that The Hobbit is a novel and not an anthology of poetry, yet it contains dozens of poems within the text.
Okay. So is sentence number 2 okay? Is it sound? Is it perfect? What do we need to do here with the format of the word The Hobbit?
You need to underline it and then how you make it to the side.
Okay, so you can underline it, or as you say to the side, type it in italics. Okay, so The Hobbit is a novel and not an anthology of poems, yet it contains dozens of poems within the text. So, Quinn develops this. That's that second sentence. What about the third sentence?
And the third, Quinn's purpose in the poetry of the Hobbit is to reveal why poetry is being established in the Hobbit.
And there's a phrase that's supposed to be in that third sentence that I don't see. You know what it is? Look at the card and see if you can figure it out. What the third sentence has to have in it. And then read it to me. So it says third sentence. What does the third sentence need to contain?
A statement of the author's purpose followed by an in-order phrase.
Say that again.
A statement of the author's purpose followed by an in-order phrase.
So where should your in-order phrase go?
Like in the beginning.
The third sentence, right? So read the third sentence and tell me where you think the in order phrase should go. Because what's the purpose of the in order phrase?
To tell the wait, a statement of the author's purpose
Louder.
followed by an in order phrase. So it's supposed to tell the phrase.
So, but it's telling what? It's going to tell us what? Why Quinn thinks Tolkien is using
Poetry in the Hobbit.
exactly. So here we go. Quinn's purpose in Poetry in the Hobbit is to reveal why poetry is being established in the Hobbit in order to what?
In order to like make more meaning and catch the reader's attention.
Okay. So why does she say Tolkien uses poetry in his novel? Why does he use poetry?
Like to make it more understanding and more interesting.
More interesting? What paragraph on this page that we talked about yesterday that really talks about how he uses these poems?
In paragraph 2.
Really, was it paragraph 2? What about paragraph 2?
Because he says not one chapter goes by without a song or a poem. Chapter 1, an unexpected party illustrates the humor and the situation when a bewildered Bilbo Baggins is visited by 12 uninvited dwarves who quickly make themselves at home and have a large feast.
Okay, so yesterday when we were doing our close reading, did we talk about paragraph 2?
No, we mostly talked about one.
We talked about 3 paragraphs yesterday. Which 3 were those?
1, 2, and 5.
No. Think again. We talked about this paragraph.
Pardon the interruption, we need someone for a cleanup in the girls' bathroom on the 3rd floor. A cleanup, girls' bathroom, 3rd floor.
Can I go watch?
We talked about paragraph 1, and we talked about this paragraph, paragraph 4. So what in paragraph 4 yesterday did we say was very important?
Because he says the poetry in the Hobbit highlights the enormous differences between the various races of Middle Earth and Hobbit.
So stop right there. So when we go back to this idea of in order to, think about it now. Just think about it for a second. Quinn's purpose in the poetry in the Hobbit is to reveal how Tolkien uses poetry in order to do what?
In order to highlight the enormous differences.
Exactly. Now you don't want to use her exact words. You want to put it in your words. So let's make sure we're clear about this again. What is Quinn trying to say his purpose for using poetry in the Hobbit is?
Highlight the differences
Between?
like the hobbits and all the different characters.
Great. All right, now let's look at the last sentence. Quinn uses an academic tone in her article to show why poetry is being established in the Hobbit and what it is used for. I like this word choice, academic tone, but sentence 4 is supposed to do one other thing. It's supposed to talk about tone and what else?
The readers, how the reader's supposed to feel about it.
Okay, so let's talk about the tone, and you say the readers. What's another word for readers?
The audience.
The audience. So in sentence number 4, you have to accomplish 2 things. You have to talk about Quinn's tone, not Tolkien's tone, but Quinn's tone, which is what you've done. And you have to talk about the audience, the people that she's appealing to in her article. So who is Quinn appealing to in her article?
Quinn is appealing to, like, trying to make everyone understand why she's using the poetry in the Hobbit, and she's trying to, like, catch the reader's attention by telling them why.
So you said everyone. When you say everyone, is she writing this for little children or scholars? Who is she writing this for?
Mostly, like, everyone, but maybe, like, older people, like scholars.
Are we older people?
No,
So do we have to be old to be scholars?
No.
Okay, so you're saying scholars are people that follow Tolkien. Okay, so is there anything you want to ask me or recap on? Do you know what you need to do to make this better?
I need to make more details and put what the in order phrase and the relationship with the audience.
And format some things. Great job, Maya. Thank you.